everyone. I know, yes, it has been a while, more than a while, a good few months actually. Mrs. Yu here, Diane is my given name. Yeah, it has been a very long time since I uploaded anything. Not since I recorded. The last time I recorded something was around, was December, just before Christmas. And I kept trying to edit the video, and then when I did, the program that I normally use on my laptop was no longer there because I've got a new laptop and Windows are no longer doing that program. And the new one they have isn't the same thing. I don't think you can do like video editing and stuff like that. It's mainly just for doing slideshows. So I had to find another program to use for editing videos. You could probably see what that is there by this watermark here. I will get rid of that at some point. Yes, if I subscribe to the full package. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't get round to editing that video. And so by the time I did get the new software for editing videos, time had just gone past and there wasn't much point in doing a video. So I thought I'd wait until I had the time. And yeah, I decided at the beginning of the week I would record something today. Even though I don't have a whole lot to show, I thought it's better than nothing just to say, yes, I'm still here. I haven't disappeared. I haven't gone away. I'm still around. So, like I said, I don't have a whole lot to show you. I have a project that I finished. Was it Monday or Tuesday? One of the two. So I will show you that. I'll show you one other project. There's two projects I'm working on, but one is a main one that I'm doing. I'll talk quickly about things I would like to get started on, and yeah, just some general stuff. So my finished object is a cowl. It was a test knit that I did for Lola of Third Vault Yarns. The pattern has already been released. It's called the Expanse Cowl, and here it is. Isn't that lovely? I really do like the cabling on there. As you can see, I haven't sewn in the ends yet. I don't know when I'll get back to doing that. But knowing me, it's a good chance I might not even do it. I still have some shawls that I knitted a couple of years ago where I still haven't sewn in the ends, and I still wear them. I just hide all the tails inside the shawl when I'm wearing it. But yeah, this is the Expanse Cowl. It's worked in two shades. The blue is the Yarn Collective. It's a DK weight. I can't remember the shade, but I should be able to find that online, and then I'll put that on the screen somewhere. And the kind of greyish one with all the other hints of colour is Third Vault Yarn Caroline DK in the Magic the City Breathes colourway. If that's not correct, I'll correct myself up there. So yeah, this pattern is great. I really love Lola's patterns. As you're going through the cables, it becomes very intuitive. You're able to easily follow through on what the cabling is supposed to do. And this was great because when I did this, I made it without using a cable needle. There's lots of videos online for doing that. The method I use, I know when it came to doing the left leaning cables, I believe I used the way that's typically shown on a lot of the videos online. When it came to the right one, or when it came to having to cable and purl, I'm not sure. I just found a way to do this. I'm not sure that's what would normally be shown, but I just made up my own way of working the cables without using the cable needle, which actually in some sense it did make things quicker because I didn't have to take my hand off the needle to do with the cable needle and go back and forth. So I'd have to, I can't say it does make things any quicker or slower, but it just means I'm not having to constantly switch from one needle to another. Everything just seemed a lot more seamless. So yeah, so these are the same yarns I used to do another test for Lola for a hat called, I think it was the Slipped Cables hat. So I don't think she's released that yet. I don't even think I had any pictures of that online. I'll have to check if I do have pictures of that, I'll put it in somewhere. I don't know if this can do picture in picture, so if it can, there'll be a picture up here. If not, I'll put a picture in somewhere, maybe now. So yeah, so this was just leftover yarn that I used for that. I wrote down how much yarn I started off with when I was started knitting, and I can't find where I wrote it down. But altogether, this weighs 128 grams, which is a lot more than what was put in the pattern details. And I know, looking at what a couple of other people have done, their one also weighs less. But I found when I was working this, for some reason my tension was a bit looser than it normally is, so maybe I just used up more yarn because of that. But yeah, I've been wearing this ever since I finished it. I've enjoyed wearing it. It's nice and squishy and soft, and yeah, so that's the Expanse cowl. As I said, it's already been released, and you can get that from Third Vault Yarns Ravelry store on Ravelry, and also on their website as well. I'll go to the website first and then check out Ravelry. So that's my only finished thing, I think. Yeah. Sorry, I've got my laptop there. For those of you who don't know, which is probably pretty much all of you, I have been doing transcription work. So I've got my laptop open to the site that I transcribe on. I'm also doing captioning as well. So I'm just now and then refreshing it just to see what jobs come available. If there's anything that looks interesting, I will just do that before coming back to continue recording. So the current project I'm on is one that is, when it is released, it's going to be released as two patterns in one. There'll be a crochet one and a knitting one. I can't show you the crochet version of it, which I finished a long time ago, because Little Miss is currently is wearing it. She's been using it for the past few months now as her scarf that she wears to school, and it is, in a way, she does refer to it as being her scarf. Where I did the seams is still starting to come undone, so I need to redo the seams for that. Yeah, so she's wearing the crochet sort of version. So I've got the knitting version here. So this is what I have so far. So you have this, it's an infinity scarf pattern. So that's one end, and then we go to this, and then this, and then this, back to this, and then I need to kind of repeat what I've done here on this side and then finish it off. So yeah, I do have specific plans for this once it's been released, once it's been finished, in terms of how I'm going to release it. So I won't say anything just yet, but yeah, so this is what I'm working on. So I'm just currently on the two-stranded color section there. Yeah, so it's going well at the moment. I'm just having to keep reminding myself to weigh the yarn every time I change section, just so I can keep track of how much I'm using. So I did remember to do that, and I've written it on my phone, so that way I can't lose it. So I'm hoping it won't take too long, because this is the bit that does go slowly, because I'm not so great at using two strands on each hand and doing this. And if I do it on one hand, I do have a kind of method that I use, but how fast I go when I'm doing it just depends on how comfortably I'm sitting and what else is going on around me. If there's lots of stuff happening, or someone sitting right next to me, say a little person who wants to sleep on me, or somebody who wants to just lean on me and watch what I'm doing, then yeah, it does make things go slower. So yeah, so the speed I'm taking on this is kind of up and down, but hopefully I shouldn't take too long on this section. I think I have, where am I now? I've got 1, 2, 3, think about 5 more repeats of the pattern, or even less than that, until I finish that section. Then I decide how I'm going to continue on. I kind of know what I'm going to do next, but it's just doing it so that I get the length that I want, because at the moment when I'm sitting down, it comes to where, like, you know, my seated, my bottom when I'm sitting down, but I do want it to be a bit longer than that. So I am going to work a bit. Once I've finished the rest of this section, I'll then measure it again. I wanted to be able to wrap around 3 times and still have a bit of length on it. So at the moment I can wrap it around twice and have some length. So to go 3 times and still not be very, very tight to the neck, I still need quite a bit more work added to it. For this, I'm using, this is, will come to me, it's coming, Countess Ablaze. This is the Persephone sock base, and the colorway is I'm Not Okay. I got this as a, from a D-stash, and I planned to use it for something else, but when it arrived, I realized that it had more pinks than I was anticipating, and I'm not really a pink person. So it's been in my stash for a very long time, and my niece, who likes these kind of colors, asked me to make her something. So this, but that was a very long time ago, so I don't know if she has remembered. So this will be going, oh, I've just remembered something else I can show you. So this will be going to her once it's done, if she still is interested in it. So yeah, so since she liked the colors and I'd been wanting to make another infinity scarf, I decided I'd use this to make something for her. The black, I can't remember what that is, I'll have to check, but I think this is a commercial brand. That's more of the Countess Ablaze. And then we have, this is Malabrigo sock, I think that's what it is, and the color is, I think it's Africana Violetta is the colorway for that. Yeah, so that's sort of, so just these 3 shades I'm using for that. So I'm hoping I can just get into this and not take too long to finish. I can get everything written up and released for that. So I've just remembered another thing I can show you that I don't think I have shown since it's been sort of finished. So I'm just going to get that now. Okay, so here is the item that I've made. Those of you who had been watching before may remember that I was working on a top called the Tropical Breeze top, and it's something that I had been planning on wearing to the beach, and every time I was making this, as it got close to the summertime, other things would come up and I wasn't able to finish it. Well, I've kind of almost finished it. I just need to, have I finished? Oh no, I have actually. Yeah. There was something else I needed to do. I can't remember what it was. I think it's either, I think it is just sewing in the ends. I think that's, yeah, that's all I had to do. Now, see, I'm thinking to myself that I've done this before, but I know I showed this in the video, the one I mentioned before that I recorded just before Christmas. So I don't think I have shown this to you before, completely finished. So it's massive on me. I don't know what happened with my gauge, but it is massive. However, it does fit my niece. So this is going to go to her. And this was even long before Christmas. I had finished this and I was supposed to give it to her during Christmas. I think at Christmas I did take it, because we went to my mum's house over Christmas, and I think I did take it there and she tried it on. Or I think before Christmas she came here and tried it on and she loved it. So yes, I am going to give this to her, and this is it. I mean, you can see, I mean, it's not going to be clear to see, but you can see on me, it's massive. I mean, I can almost double it round my whole body. It it is supposed to be loose fitting, but this is just way too big. So I have no idea what happened with my gauge. I actually do want this. I do want one. So I will be making one. However, when I do, I don't know if I'm going to stick with cotton, because this is a cotton yarn. What's the brand? I can't remember the brand, the yarn brand, but I'll put it there if I can, if I remember. I'll put it there. Yeah, but in the pattern itself, I think the person who designed this is called something like Jane Alsop. I know her last name is Alsop. I believe it is Alsop. But yeah, so these are the same exact colors that we use on the original pattern from the picture of that. So that's what made me fall in love with this. And I really, 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 really do want it, but it's just massive. It's really massive on me. So if it was long, then it would be fine to possibly use as a sort of like an oversized dress type thing, or tunic, and then I just wear it with a belt or something. It wouldn't be too bad, maybe. But yeah, as a sort of summery top, it is just way too big. It doesn't sit well on me. So yeah, it looks a lot better on her. So I will be giving this to her. Yeah, so I would like to make another one for myself. I don't know when, because there's lots of other things I've made that I'd like to make another of. And when I do, I don't know if I'll stick with the cotton, because I'm not a big fan of knitting with cotton. And so I don't know if I'll stick with the cotton or go with more of a wool blend, or maybe even go, I was thinking cotton thread, but then again it's cotton, and being more like a thread, it's thinner and it will cut into my fingers more, as it has done when I've previously used more of a thread weight cotton, and that would mean too much work in terms of the gauge, though. I don't think I'll do that. But I could possibly go for more of a wool blend, but then it wouldn't be something that I would maybe not wear to the beach or out and about during the summer, depending on the type of fiber it was and the weight and everything like that. So we'll see. But yeah, it's just the idea of working this in cotton again, and knowing how much cotton can stretch and expand over time. But yeah, so this is all done. I just need to sew in the ends, and hopefully I can do that before I see her next time, which I don't know when that will be, but whenever that is, yeah, this is hers. So right, that's all I have to show in terms of items. However, excuse me, let me just update this. Okay, yes, that's all I have to show in terms of items. Again, I mentioned this in the other video that got recorded but not uploaded. Some of you, if you are following me on Instagram, may have noticed that I'm not doing the clubs, the stitch marker clubs, which were the Birthstone Club and the Treats Jar Club. The last ones I did were in November. The reason why I stopped was, one, because of time, and two, because of the number of sign-ups wasn't making it viable in terms of what was going into it. And it wasn't consistent. There'd be times when it'll be a bit high, times when it'll be very low, but it wasn't getting to the point where the time spent on doing things, especially when it comes to time, the Treats Jar Club, because of the way the items are made, if lots of people are getting it, there's ways that you can make it where it's easier to divide the items in the jars between various people. Whereas when there's a smaller number, it means there's either going to be lots of wastage, or it's harder to, I know I'm not explaining this, but it's just easier to make and more viable in terms of what the materials are using when there's more people. And in terms of the Birthstone Club, again, because they were items made from Swarovski crystals, is again more viable in terms of the cost of the items to get them in larger quantities than just getting a small number of them. So I just decided it was best, instead of trying to drag things out to make it a full year, I decided it was best just to stop there at that point. I would like to do clubs in the future, but that's when I've just got things more settled. And I haven't really done anything polymer clay related since my last update, just because I have been very busy trying to find work, trying to get as much transcription work done as possible, because things are tight, and also general things around the house and with the kids and stuff like that. So just balancing things up. Even knitting, I haven't done a lot of that, because I tend to do my days doing one thing and then the evenings doing another, and knitting kind of comes in when I'm able to just sit for a bit and maybe do a few rows of something, which is why I'm behind on the infinity scarf. But I was able to do the test knit because it was a very quite a simple pattern, and it was in DK weight, so it did go through very quickly. Yeah, so for now clubs will be on hold. I'm hoping that if and when things do pick up and I'm able to just focus on something, or just get things more organized and in order, then I will look at slowly introducing those. So it's just a matter of getting into a routine, knowing what I'm doing, whether I'm going to continue working from home whilst things are picking up business wise, or if I'm going to go outside and get work. So it's just balancing things in that way. So yeah, in terms of knitting wise, some time ago Little Miss did ask if I could make her some socks and a scarf. I haven't started on either, because she did wear one of my shawls. I can't remember what shawl it was, what the pattern name was, and she lost it. The next day that day after I picked her up, took her back to her classroom. Her teacher couldn't find it. We looked around, we couldn't see it. At first the teacher was kind of like, oh well, is it really needed? It's only when I explained that it's handmade that she was like, okay, let's see if we can find it. We couldn't find it, but they said that they would keep a lookout. The next day in the morning, I come in and find it on the veranda just outside her classroom, and it's nowhere near where she said it was. I found it, told the teacher that I'd find it, so we were both relieved it had been found. So I told her that she wasn't going to wear that particular scarf again, but she has been wearing, as I said, the infinity, the crocheted infinity scarf. So she did say she would like her own one in rainbow colors. She's not very girly, but she does seem to like rainbow colors. Though her favorite color is red followed by blue, because that's the color of Marshall and also Spider-Man. But anyway, yeah, so, and the socks as well, I think she's kind of forgotten about the socks, but I will still make, I think if I remind her, then she will still want them, so I will at some point, the socks especially, because she's only 4, so it won't take long to make up socks for her. So I will make up some socks for her, and she's already picked out the colors that she wanted for them. So they are at the moment 2 projects that I will be doing. I have a few design ideas, but I don't know if I'll get started on those yet until I've sorted out this infinity scarf. And I would like to make myself a jumper. I do feel like making a jumper, or socks, just something for myself. Plus there's still a jumper I was making for Jimmy Jr. Though at the moment he doesn't really seem too interested. So I probably will still continue, and then it will be just something that him or any of the other 2 triple artists can wear. Yeah, so that's all I have in terms of that. As I said, I haven't done anything polymer clay related, and I don't really have plans at the moment. I just want to decide where I am with that and have plans on what to do, and just get back into sort of advertising the things I've done already and get those things picked up, and the things that are currently in the shop, get some of them sold. So head over to the shop. I sell my stitch markers on Folksy. I'll put the details in the description box, and the patterns are sold on Folksy, Etsy, and on Ravelry and Lovecraft as well. So pattern wise, you can get my patterns from so many different places, but when it comes to the stitch markers, it is Folksy that they are available. Or you can also get the what's the word, the clearance ones on Etsy as well at a discounted price. So yeah, I might as well put that in there. I think that's it for now. I think I've said all that could be said. Okay, gone on longer than I thought I would do. So I'm hoping that I can get back to making this a lot more regular. I don't like the idea of so much time passing by. And also I have written up a blog post about things you can do with scrap yarn. It's pretty much all done. I just need to add maybe a few more pictures and just go through, do a bit of editing. So I'm hoping to post that at some point. So as you're watching this, if it's already posted, I will indicate that there and put a link towards that in the description box. If not, just look out for that. Yeah, what else is going on? Oh yes, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe and click on the bell so that you'll be notified. As I said, I am going to try and do this more often, keep it consistent. At least even if I can't do other things, I can keep this going on consistently. And I have also been thinking of doing things like even though I might not be able to do as much knitting and have knitting or other crafting content to show, I'm gonna see, as they're in school and I'm at home, at least for now, I can at least do some sort of like I'm saying like too much. The thing about doing a transcription and caption job is that you notice when people say certain things such as and and kind of, because it becomes so annoying. But yes, so I'm just thinking of doing going back to doing video tutorials, because it's been a while since I did any of those, or even recipes. So even if I'm not able to record like this, if I'm able to do tutorial stuff, because usually with those I don't have to do sound, I can just have music playing over, so it doesn't matter if there's people doing stuff in the background. So I'm just thinking of ideas for those types of things that I can do as well. So I'm trying to get everything back on track and have more engagement. So yes, let me know what you've been up to. Post comment down below with what you've been up to, what things you would like to do, things this year you've taken up, just anything really. Let me know what's happening, and I will hope to see you soon. Bye.